Indianapolis sits on the edge of the playoff table. St. Louis is barely on the edge of the conversation. A win for either club keeps the dream alive. A loss extinguishes nearly all hope. The age-old question begs to be asked, who wants it more? Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking live at Budweiser Stadium in the Gateway City, St. Louis, Missouri. It's the St. Louis Gladiators hosting the Indianapolis Red Devils. The SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Alvin Washington alongside Shann Varner in the building. Shann, this is big for both clubs. Indianapolis sits 9th in the playoff table of 10. St. Louis is way on the outside looking in the 14th spot. This is literally a flip-flop game for these clubs.
It is, Alvin, and thank you for having me today. Nathan Lee's got to get going early. This St. Louis defense is kind of stout, but they need to get that offense going with Diaz, I believe, today. And, we'll have to see how this pans out, man.
The Indianapolis Red Devils win the toss. They will receive the opening kick. The St. Louis Gladiators wearing their St. Louis Rams navy blue today with the gold helmets, giving tribute to the old NFL team that was there for many years and gave them a Super Bowl championship, while Indianapolis is in the white and red. The kick is off. Doing the kicking honors is Mr. Graham Northrup. On the return here from the 8-yard line, they'll bring it back to about the 28. The run back that time by number 10, Dan Daly, and that is where the Indianapolis Red Devils set up for 1st and 10. Nathan Lee is the quarterback of record for the Red Devils. Lee last week had 2 touchdown passes and 2 picks in a 31-10 beatdown of Oklahoma City. He starts with the doubles left offset I formation. Donning the I is the halfback Matthew Mitchell. Lee will throw out to Mitchell on the far side on the screen. He'll pick up about a yard, 2nd and 10. Tackle that time by number 24, Aaron Arrington. Let's look at those backs and receivers for Indianapolis, brought to you by APM Music. Nathan Lee is the quarterback. The halfback is Matthew Mitchell. The wideouts are Dan Daly, Eli McCormick. Tight end is Kyrie Tate. Pro set, slot either side on 2nd and 9. Lee with a short drop. Throws to the far outside, and that one doesn't go anywhere. Mitchell with the halfback screen and loses that yard back and brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and Lee did a great job by getting the ball out quickly, but they need to get Mitchell down on a route that's they can pass to him quickly, and so he turn up the field there.
Brings up 3rd and 10. Minute going by. We do play 11-minute quarters here in the Simulation Football League. Offset I on 3rd down. Long drop back for Lee. Throws downfield. There's a man wide open and a great catch down to the St. Louis 35 for number 17, Eli McCormick. Good gracious, he stretched out for that one.
It looked like a lob fade there, Alvin. It looked like he just went to the outside and got past that corner and could have been going to the races.
It's at the 37. Pro set. Slide either side on 1st and 10. The defense for St. Louis in a moment. Handoff now. This is Mitchell, and he goes nowhere. Big number 67. Scott LaRue says, "You will eat turf and like it." Nope, that's Eisenhower. Manny Eisenhower now wearing 67 today. So Eisenhower and LaRue switched jerseys. Nope, Eisenhower's number 70. It was LaRue that did get the tackle. There we go. A 4-3 set for St. Louis. Looking at a pro set. Back to pass is Lee. Lee across the middle. That catch is made. Fighting for yards is Dan Daly. He'll get to the 30. That'll be 3rd and 3 on that play. The starting defense for St. Louis on the front line. The contract linemen are Scott LaRue and Manny Eisenhower. The linebackers are Aiden Friday. He's a lone contract linebacker. Secondary is Aaron Arrington, Nick Daggs, Colin Douglas, and Freeman Peltier. Catch is made on 3rd down into the red zone. Eli McCormick, his 2nd catch of the day, already up to 48 yards. Good-looking catch in the middle slot.
Indianapolis did a great job on this play right here, having the split backs back there and just quick short, look like a 90, like a 90X hot, something like that. Maybe it's just a quick pass behind the linebacker, able to catch that. Good job by McCormick.
You notice these quarterbacks are softening up the middle slot when they've got those good slot receivers that don't mind going across the middle. So we've got an offset eye, doubles right-hand side, 7 on the line. The handoff now, this is Mitchell. He will get no gain, second down.
Yeah, that defensive line is just basically shutting him down. The linebackers come up to make a complete wall there for the St. Louis Gladiators to make that stop.
This is the 9th ranked rushing, the 16th ranked rushing offense for Indianapolis. So if they're going to make a grade, that offensive line's got to do a lot better job than what they just did there. Lee will throw out to Mitchell on the outside, breaks a tackle to the 10, to the 5, in the house, touchdown Indianapolis. Matthew Mitchell puts the first 6 on the board for the kids from the Circle City.
It's a great job, just trucked that guy.
That's an 18-yard reception for Matthew Mitchell.
And Chad
and
Longstreet
that adds to what is a pretty good scoring passing offense, number 4 in the league. From the hold of the backup quarterback, Brian Cannon, here comes Adam Vinchek. The extra point's good, and Indianapolis on the board, 7-0. The number 9 team in the league on the playoff table fires the first salvo.
Lewis has got to do a better job at containing these receivers and stopping the running back behind the line.
Here comes the kick away by Adam Vinchek, and away we go. Ball kick to the 15-yard line. Header steam up the middle. But runs into his own man, picks up a few more yards. That's number 86, Jacob Swain, the brother of Elijah. And Jacob, if he could have found another hole, he might have been off to the races. Speaking of off to the races, how about Davius Reed earlier today for your Chicago Wildcats? 227 return yards and 2 scores, literally single-handedly keeping Chicago in a game against Tallahassee. Just some mistakes at the end lost it for them. They lost it 38-26.
Reed did a great job by trying to get us back into that game, but unfortunately we were able to not come away with the points at the end there.
Truckee Steck with that catch on 1st and 10, 2nd and 7. The starting quarterback for St. Louis is Dylan Asil. Denzel Diaz, who had a couple of touchdowns last week. He is the halfback. The fullback is Truckee Steck. Wideouts are Nick Finch and Cody Scott with Elijah Swain, the tight end. Diaz's first carry is knocked back for a loss. No thanks to number 90, Dante Hammer. The starting contract defense for Indianapolis. Outside linebacker Thad Castle and secondary men Steve Vitek, Michael Vitek, Paul Blake, Paul Conley, and A.J. Sean. A lot of time for the seal, and that throw almost was a catch, and the seal was looking for a flag and won't get one. The intended receiver was Nick Finch. That'll bring up 4th down, and the punter, Jack Kissinger, number 3. This has been kind of the story for St. Louis the last 4 games. After a 3-1 start, they've dropped their last 4 to fall to 14th place. Kissinger on the punt. Ball back to the 18, and a push-up line that time by Dan Daly handling all the return duties. He'll get the 24 for the Red Devils in a 1st and 10. APM Music is the presenting sponsor of the 10th season of the Simulation Football League and proud to bring you the official soundtrack, Champions Will Rise. Get it at APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House for all of your live streaming needs. Nathan Lee ducks under center. Already with a touchdown pass. They will hand off to Matthew Mitchell. Big hole up the middle for 8 yards and second down.
Great job by Mitchell there. It looked like a far formation. He just runs right up the middle, right behind the fullback, and was it.
Looking at some of those big uglies. 61, Robbie Lowbridge. 64, Michael Ernest, and 66, Darrell Treble on the front line for Indianapolis. Pro set, slide either side. On 2nd and 2. Lee looking at a base 4-3. We'll hand off now to Mitchell. Mitchell tried to counter Trey and got.
Number 4 is back for the point after. Number 1 on the hold. The extra point is good. Second and inches. Ball at the 39-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on the play. Number 91 with the tackle. Second and 6 from your Gladiators, 35 yards. and 10 from the Demons, 20 yards. First and 10 from the Demons, 32 yards. Second and 11. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Number 52, credited with the tackle. That's the end of the first quarter. The score is now the Demons 14.
Nice spiral, too. Wow.
The line gave him a pretty good bit of time to make that play develop there, Alvin.
From the 33 of the Red Devils, the St. Louis Gladiators trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. 3 wide set, doubles left side in the shotgun. Pump fake, cross the middle. The catch is made, not yet a first down.
Love what St. Louis is doing.
Number 11, Nick Finch, coming across on a corner route from the right-hand side of the formation. 2nd and 2 the call after the 8-yard gain. Doubles left in a shotgun, looking at a shifting 4-3. A seal now hands off to Denzel Diaz. He gets 1 out of the deal, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Don't like that play, Alvin. I just think that when you're in the shotgun like that, you're going to be more susceptible to getting those linebackers to come in and see that happen and see that play develop. And if your back is not fast enough, it could cause trouble.
Empty backfield 5 wide on 3rd and 1. Short drop, throw to the outside. The catch is made and a first down. Elijah swims to the outside and makes the catch and moves the sticks again. 8:44 for the first half. You see big Cody Scott, number 88. He'll line up on the right-hand side of the formation. Bunch trips on the left. Single back is Diaz. A seal under center, looking at 6 on the line. He'll hand off to Diaz, and I think that's what you were talking about, Shann. If the running back is not fast enough, or he doesn't have anybody blocking for him, those could go for losses. And that just went for 2 backwards. No thanks to number 90, Dante Hammer of Indianapolis. 2nd and 12 from the 23 of Indy. 3 wide set, short drop. They'll throw to the outside, and the catch is made by Finch. 3rd and 6 now the call. This picks up 6 on that one. Clock running, 7:44 for the 2nd quarter. Indianapolis 14, St. Louis 0. From Budweiser Stadium here in St. Louis, it's the SFL on YouTube presented by APM Music. Bunch trips on the right-hand side with a single back being Denzel Diaz for the Navy and gold. And back to pass. Oh, ouch. That wasn't a great play, at least not for St. Louis. However, for number 94 of the Red Devils, Brian Dagger, that is a dagger, to say the least.
The way he gets off his block there and just goes right for the quarterback.
So this will now turn into a 29-yard field goal attempt for Graham Northrup out of the hold of Isaiah Juice Williams, the former Illinois Fighting Illini quarterback. Snap is down. Kick on the way. He's got 3 from 39 out. Indianapolis 14, St. Louis 3 with 6:50 to play for the 2nd quarter. You're watching the SFL on YouTube presented by APM Music.
Alvin, you drive down to the field here, and Lewis does, and you come away with only 3 points. The Red Devils are up by, they're up 14 points, and you have to somehow a defense against this electric Indianapolis defense or offense. You're going to have to do something to get this ball back quickly because this can get out of hand.
Daly on the run back to the 32. It's 6:47 to play for the first half. Coming up tomorrow night around 8 o'clock Central Time will be the state of the SFL. Commissioner Cam Irvine will talk about some of the big things coming up with the league, not only for the rest of this season, but heading toward our first SFL convention. That's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. For more information, simulationfl.net. Carried that time by Matt Mitchell. Gains nothing. Nice tackle that time by number 93, Kilroy Kahula, with assistance from Scott LaRue. Second down. 6.5 for the quarter. Pro set for Indy in white, black, and red, heading to your right this quarter. Slot either side. Lee back to pass. That one almost picked off. Kahula getting a pass defense on that play.
Great defensive play by St. Louis here.
Let's bring up 3rd and 10. The big one here for the St. Louis defense. Offset I, doubles left-hand side, looking at a base 4-3. Lee surveys the stunners. Goes a quick out to Mitchell. He will not get the first down.
Look at those numbers so far for Lee.
That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I would expect the average quarterback in this league to have those type of numbers by then. And then, of course, you have Chris Christensen of Tallahassee with the numbers that he's put up this year. Holy cow.
It's insane.
Here comes the punt by Ashley Finch. Big boot. All the way to the 18, and that's where it stops. Ooh, ow. Nice special teams tackle for Indy by number 37, Steve Blakely. Tell you though, looking at the design of this Budweiser Stadium, does it remind you of the second Busch Stadium a little bit?
Actually, it does.
Bunch trips to right-hand side. The single back is Denzel Diaz for St. Louis to the left in the navy blue and gold. And a penalty on the play right at the...
That's going to be a face mask.
Well, let's see what the referee calls as Diaz initially picks up about 4. They're going to call clip on St. Louis. That is definitely not good.
88, Cody Scott.
Cody Scott called for the clip. And that pushes them back to the 11-yard line. That is not good if you're a Gladiators fan. First and holy cow. As one former St. Louis broadcaster would say way back when. Shotgun 3 wide, doubles left-hand side, looking at a spread 4-3. Dylan Aseel, the quarterback of record for the Gladiators, will hand off to Diaz, and he breaks out of one. Man, oh, man.
He didn't break out of that one.
Boy, some real questionable play calling right now by the Gladiators.
I'm not sure what they're trying to do here, Alvin.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, Chief. Second down and hot damn. Bunch trips near side again. This time, Aseel back to pass. Throws left side, catches made. Doesn't get back toward the original line of scrimmage, that being Nick Finch. That brings up 3rd and long.
What you probably didn't see there, Alvin, is the defense playing a little bump, throwing these receivers off their routes a little bit, and basically just trying to keep them down and make St. Louis throw short.
3rd and 12, the call. The line again is the 30 this time. 3 wide set. Single back is Diaz. Play action. Down the field he throws. Picked off. Fumble on the play. Wow. Wow. A pickoff and a fumble recovery by the same club. A.J. Shann with the pickoff. That was the first screw up. Cody Scott got knocked down for his efforts. Then a fumble, and then right there to scoop up the mess was 24 Steve Vitek. So 2 good plays by Indy, and it gives them short field at the 35 of the Gladiators. And boy, Cody Scott and the Gladiators need a hug. First and 10
field position.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for Nathan Lee and the boys. They'll hand off to Mitchell. Tried to counter trade back into the defense, and I don't know what the heck he was thinking. He had a hole way up the right-hand side.
I don't know what he was thinking either. And that whole right side, like you said, was just wide open. He just didn't follow his route going to that way.
Manny Eisenhower with the tackle for loss of 2 yards back to the 37 of St. Louis. 2nd and 12, offset I, doubles on the right-hand side. 8 in the box for St. Louis. Mitchell again on the carry. This time he'll plow through and get 5 of those back.
Different running style when he's behind his fullback than when he's just by himself. Have you noticed that, Alvin?
I have noticed that. Brings up. Okay, it's now 4th and 7. Interesting. Interesting thing going on here. I guess we're already up to 4th and 7. Let's see if the folks here in the stadium can catch up with us. I think they're just about to. Okay, there we go. Apparently the last play didn't happen. So, oh, wow. They're going to try a 48-yard field goal. This is Adam Vinchek. High snap. Kick
42.
On the way. It is good for 48. Wow. Adam Vinchek, get that man a contract now. (17-3) Indianapolis. Adam Vinchek showing out in front of this home crowd. Vinchek set to kick with 2:35 to play for the first half, and this St. Louis crowd is quiet. From the 6. Ouch.
He got up like, which way did he go, Coach?
There was a song once that said, mind-blowing decisions bring on what Jacob Swaim just ran into, a head-on collision. Offset I, doubles right-hand side for St. Louis in the blue, heading to the left, 1st and 10. Down 17-3. On the delayed handoff. Denzel Diaz fighting through for an 8-yard gain. That was all Denzel Diaz, man.
Yeah, there was another small running back like that. I believe Diaz is only like 5'8", 5'9". Was Barry Sanders. And he showed you right there. Barry Sanders not the only one that could do it.
Yeah, but Barry Sanders was exclusively in a single back offense as we're at the 2-minute warning presented by APM Music. 17 for Indianapolis, 3 for St. Louis. But to continue the thought here from Budweiser Stadium here in St. Louis, Alvin Austin alongside Shann Varner. Barry Sanders got to his number 2 on the NFL charts when he left the game for the Detroit Lions, running in an exclusively single back offense. Handoff, this is Diaz, gets the first down, Moore cuts through the offense, up the right-hand side and into Indianapolis territory at the 45.
Shann bringing him down. If he hadn't, Diaz would have been gone to the house.
Boy, nice block there by Truckee Steck, the fullback, to free him up for a whole gang of folk. Let's see if St. Louis can chop this down to a 1-score lead before the half. 1:34 and counting. Empty backfield as Asil ducks under center. 7-step drop. Catch is made by Elijah Swaim. No urgency by St. Louis right now. Interesting.
That's what I was going to say. Moving the ball, but they're not moving the ball with any authority.
Offset I. Slide either side. Tight end sneaks out to the right. Handoff. This is Diaz. Push back. Gets the first down. And the no huddle coming up as we're inside the APM Music final minutes. Offset eye again, slot either side. From the Indianapolis 33. Let's throw near side. This is Diaz. He will get no gain. Second down and immediately the no huddle.
VTech on the stop.
A seal under center. Here we go. Quick pump fake throw. Almost picked off. VTech almost had him a pick. Just a great read on the outside by Mike VTech of Indianapolis. This will bring up 3rd and 10 from the 33 for St. Louis. Going to your left this quarter in the navy and gold, down 17-3 against Indianapolis in the white, black, and red. Shotgun, 3 wide, doubles near side. The line to gain is a 23. 5-step drop for Dylan Asil. Across the middle. Picked off. Again. Paul Connolly gets a pick here for the black and red.
Alvin, you can only throw into coverage so many times before this happens.
Man, this is a rough first half for Dylan Asil. So a 24 ticks on the first half clock. Let's see if Indy adds to a 17-3 lead. Pro set, doubles right-hand side. Nathan Lee, back to pass. Across the middle, catch is made. A 5-yard gain. They're going to play hurry up here. The catch that time by Eli McCormick. Pro set again. Now it's Matt Mitchell. Big hole up the middle. Gets a first down. And I don't think they're going to get this play off. Nope, they're going to call timeout with 3 ticks left.
I was going to say that's exactly what St. Louis needs to be doing. They need to be in hurry-up mode. They need to have some kind of energy going to get back into this.
There's James Richards, the head coach, talking to Nathan Lee. Trying to set up maybe one final good long play here to give Indianapolis some momentum going into the second half. St. Louis will get the ball to start the second half of play. The Show Business Inc. halftime report is on the way in a little bit. Lee from the shotgun, bunch quad on the near side. Hail Mary formation. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught at the 27, but that's it for the first half. 2 touchdown throws by Nathan Lee will give the Indianapolis Red Devils a 17-3 lead here at the end of 22 minutes.
That defensive end kind of, maybe just a little bit rushed that pass, but either way, it's...
First half is done. The Indianapolis Red Devils 17, the St. Louis Gladiators 3. This is the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Show Business Inc. halftime report. 2 picks thrown by Dylan Asil are the reason it's been all Indianapolis. 214 total yards, 204 in the air. Nathan Lee doing quite well for himself. This was a great throw to one Eli McCormick to set up the first score of the day. And here was the touchdown pass to Dan Daly. Just got behind his man and off to the races he went. Here's one of the picks that was thrown by Dylan Asil. Nope, that was a great grab by Cody Scott. That was the pick off. This was the one where the pick was by A.J. Shann. The fumble was by him, and then Steve Vitek at the presence of mind to scoop that one up. Here comes the 48-yard field goal by Adam Vinchek. just banged it down the middle. Swan, if you are the St. Louis Gladiators, what are you doing on this first possession coming back from halftime? We're back here at Budweiser Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. Beautiful view of downtown. Not so beautiful view of a score that St. Louis wants to correct quickly. They're down 17-3 against Indianapolis. Alvin, Washington, Shann, Varner in the building. And we're ready to go for the second half. Indianapolis will kick away. They're going to your left this quarter. In the white, black, and red, St. Louis, honoring the former St. Louis Rams. They're in the navy uniforms with white pants and gold helmets. A run back will come to about the 33-yard line. The run back, of course, by Jacob Swain. Nope, not this time. It'll be 81 Tito Moss that'll handle that run back.
If anything is going to happen,
go ahead.
I was going to say, if anything has to happen in this St. Louis offense, it's got to start happening right now.
Dylan Lucille was the quarterback of record for the St. Louis Gladiators, who are 3-5 on the season. He'll hand off to Denzel Diaz. He's flying through the middle for 4 yards, second down. Want your football video game broken down by the best? It's Ryan Moody, 21. Over 14,000 subscribers and counting. Find him on Twitter at Shutdown Safety. I formation. Diaz Daciai with doubles on the right-hand side. Looking at the base 4-3. Lucille, back to pass. A lot of time. A lot of protection. Left-hand side. Catch is made in a first down. Oh, reliable, Cody Scott. His fourth catch of the day, up to 50 yards.
It's like the Jason Witten for this team, that third down conversion guy.
Yep, they're going to need him pretty soon. Pro set. Handoff, this is Diaz up the middle, and he'll fight for 3. 2nd and 7. Clock on the move, 9:44 for this third quarter. Hope you're enjoying the action here on the SFL on YouTube. The SFL Network is always up, starting on Saturday nights on Twitch TV. Got our Monday night doubleheader on Twitch TV starting at 6 p.m. For more information, simulationfl.net as the seal is back to pass down the field. That catch is made in a first down. Nick Fitch moving the sticks at the 23 of the Indianapolis Red Devils.
They need more of that, Alvin. More and often.
That's another Tom Waddle special going across the middle. Finch with 54 yards on 5 receptions. Doubles left pro for shotgun formation now. Looking at the nickel prevent. So Seal back to pass. We'll throw left-hand side. 3-yard pickup on that reception.
They're moving the chains, Alvin. I just think that they need to take some shots down the field. You're behind by 14 points. I mean, you need to take some shots here.
8:51 to play here for the third quarter here at Budweiser Stadium. Quite sure August Bush IV and his family have a skybox seat somewhere in this facility. Bunch strips right-hand side. Seal back to pass, will throw left. He's got Diaz trying to fight away. He'll pick up 5 more. That'll bring up third down, 3rd and 2.
I'm just so impressed with that young man. He just does whatever he has to do to move the sticks.
8:20 and counting for this third quarter. Football's at the Indianapolis 15-13 is the line to gain. Shotgun formation, 3 wide, doubles right-hand side. A seal. Hands off to Diaz. I don't know if that was a call.
I would take those shotgun runs out of the playbook if I was.
I think so too, because everybody is sniffing that one out. So this is now becomes a 32-yard field goal attempt for Graham Northrup out of the hold of Juice Williams from the middle hash. Snap is down. Kick is on the way. That's 3 or more on the board. Or did it? No! Oh, wow. Graham.
Hey, Alvin. You marched down the field yet again. Okay, but this time, instead of picking up at least 3 points, you missed the field goal.
A chip shot at that. I mean, Graham Northrup normally makes those things. And, well, that's the story of St. Louis this season since a 3-1 start. Indianapolis, but Nathan Lee back to pass. The catch is made. Dan Daly stays off the sideline and picks up a few more, 6 to be exact. Second down, Kilroy Kahula on the tackle. Again, some questionable play calling, and then, of course, you see that wide right by Graham Northrup. Man, that was a not-so-good ending to what was a decent drive. Nathan Lee changes the play as he sees the defense shift a bit. Offset eye, slot to either side. Lee with the play clock down to 5, 4, 3. Hands off to Matthew Mitchell, and they read that one all the way, 3rd and 5.
Absolutely. Good job. Good pressure by the defensive line.
Eisenhower with the tackle for loss. So this will be important for St. Louis.
Putting in work today.
Yeah. Eisenhower is definitely bringing the load. Pro set, doubles right. Shift on the front line and a base 5-3 for St. Louis. To throw across the middle. Picked off almost. Ooh-wee. McCormick, the intended receiver, then that almost got snatched back.
I think that the St. Louis Gladiators was in a 3-4 in that formation, if I'm not mistaken. Put a lot of pressure on the quarterback there. He had to get the ball out quick.
Ashley Finch again to punt away. Tito Moss, I believe, is back to receive this one. Finch puts this one up long ways. 37. Yep, that's it. From the 39 of the Gladiators, St. Louis trying to chop it to a 17-3 lead. Don't forget the SFL podcast every Saturday night at 5:30 as we get you set for the week in SFL football. A cast of characters do a crazy but great job of breaking down all 18 teams here in the SFL. Denzel Diaz breaking tackles, gets 9 on that one.
That was a great job by that offensive line to get him to the outside there and just runs over people.
Denzel Diaz trying to show everybody that the Rams weren't just the only greatest show on turf.
I didn't see any spins there. He just ran straight up.
Straight up off of right tackle. Pro set, doubles left on 2nd and 1. A seal. Gets Diaz again. Diaz with the first down. To the left-hand side, see the hole. Up to the 40 of Indianapolis and first down. Good counter trade.
O'Connelly just saved the day there.
Shotgun. 3 wide. Doubles right-hand side. Another good-looking drive. Hopefully it ends in points for the Gladiators. A seal will throw near side. Catch is made by Finch. He picks up 5 in the game, 2nd down. .507 here in the 3rd here at Budweiser Stadium. APM Production Music Library and Custom Music House is the official presenting sponsor for the winter 2018 season of the Simulation Football League. For esports licensing, email esports@apmmusic.com. Pro set, handoff is his Diaz. Diaz got to cut to the right side and gets knocked down unceremoniously. No thanks to Paul Conley. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 on the 1-yard gain.
Paul Conley is everywhere in this game.
He's like savoir-faire. He's everywhere. Dylan Seal, 140 yards and 2 picks today. Good stuff if you're trying to get into the playoff race. 3-step drop, throw by Seal. And that's a first down. That's a big 3rd down pickup by Cody Scott.
Alvin, they're moving the ball very well here. But when they get into the red zone, somehow they just fall apart. Or maybe it's just the Red Devils defense stepping up. You know, either way, it's causing trouble for this St. Louis.
I formation, doubles left side on 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis 28 for St. Louis, down 17-3. A Seal, long throw. It is incomplete. Vitak with the breakup. That's Steve Vitak. They almost picked that one off.
It looked like it was going to Cody Scott, too.
Yeah, that's the second time they were trying to go to Scott, and the ball was just horribly offline. 2nd and 10 with 3:48 to play for the 3rd. A Seal with a pro set and slot either side. Back to pass he goes. He gets sacked. Held it too long. Number 91, Eric Riley with the samurai salute. 6-yard loss, 3rd and 16. Pro set doubles right-hand side for the boys in blue and gold. A Seal back to pass. Step flipping throws, and that catch is made in the 1st down. Nick Finch moves the sticks in the red zone.
That's what they need to do, Alvin. They don't need to go for the touchdown here. They need to make this 1st down and make it to where, you know, they can use Diaz into this red zone.
1st and 10 at the 15 on a 13-yard pickup by Nick Finch. Trips left. Single back is Diaz. Isolation to the right. Diaz gets the call. Diaz gets one out of the deal. 2nd down. Clock on the move. 2:38 for the 3rd quarter. Indianapolis 17, St. Louis 3. Richard Sprint will just
Go ahead.
Say it again.
I was going to say, you know, they can use him 1st and 2nd down here, but 3rd down, they're going to have to have plays to where they can get into the end zone.
Well, they're going to have to get to the end zone now because they're now 3rd and 9 on a no-gainer by Diaz. Coming down to 2 minutes for the 3rd quarter. Scott, one of the 2, slots out on the left-hand side in isolation on the right, shotgun formation. A Seal, back to pass. A Seal, going for the left, going for the 1st down, gets it. Oh, reliable does it again. Cody Scott.
He just finds a way to get open, Alvin.
That's what you call field awareness. You know where the sticks are. You know the situation. You just get there. 1st and goal at the 4 now for St. Louis. 1:28 to play for this 3rd quarter. Still anybody's ball game. The handoff to this Diaz up the middle. Game 2nd down. Clock running with 1:13 to play for the quarter. The tackle that time for Indianapolis by Thad Castle, 52, the outside linebacker.
Diaz taking some big shots here down.
It is Diaz again. Diaz will go way back, 3 yards way back. Third down. Man. Just giving them no blockers.
Reliable. Man has to be on the field at this play.
Third down and goal to go at the 7. Shotgun 3 wide, 2 blocking backs. A seal back to pass. Going for the end zone. It's up, and it is almost picked off by VTAC. 4th down. And another disappointing end to a good-looking drive. So, Graham Northrup, who missed from 32 out last time, should be able to make this 24-yard chip shot out of the hold of Isaiah Williams.
In my experience, you never count chip shots.
There's one there. 17-6. And believe it or not, those are the only points this quarter. So that should be some sort of consolation for St. Louis. .21 seconds left here in the third. Northrup set the kick away for the Gladiators. Dan Daly back to receive for the Red Devils. Kick is up in the air. And Daly starts his return. Runs right in to the fullback. Make that the tight end Charlie Northrup with the special team tackle. 1st and 10 at this point. Indianapolis up 17-6. 16 ticks from the third quarter. Nathan Lee has been solid today. Looks at a base 4-3. Back to pass he goes. Short drop back. Throws across the middle. Oh, man. Oh, boy. If Aiden Friday was just, just a little bit more stick him on those fingers.
Absolutely. Aiden Friday, he should have caught that, man. That was critical for this St. Louis team.
Instead, it goes 2nd and 10 from the 22 of Indianapolis. The Red Devils looking to add to a 17-6 lead. Lee with a pro set. Back to pass. Short drop back. Throws to the left-hand side. Catch is made. We'll stop the clock with 10 seconds to go. Daly will push it up 4 yards. 3rd and 6.
Indianapolis doing a great job by just, keeping it to the outside. They've got the lead. They're just trying to control the clock here. Just move the ball slowly. Just run this clock out.
Doubles left, offset I on 3rd down looking at the base 4-3. Lee across the right side. That's picked off. As we end the third quarter, a turnover, a big one, as Freeman Peltier gives St. Louis the football with the last 11 minutes ready to go.
That's their biggest player on defense, Alvin.
33 minutes in, it's Indianapolis 17, St. Louis 6. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. This copyrighted broadcast of the Simulation Football League may not be reproduced for any reason without express written consent. He's Shann Varner. I'm Alvin Washington. We're at Budweiser Stadium in St. Louis, and it is the SFL on YouTube presented by APM Music. Indianapolis 17, St. Louis 6, and the Gladiators of St. Louis. Denzel Diaz loses a yard and nowhere to go. This swarming Indianapolis secondary putting on the heat. Second and 11 from the 42 of Indianapolis. Back to pass. A lot of time. Penalty on the play. That one almost picked off, but what's the flag? Connolly with the breakup.
Holding, number 66, offense.
Wow. St. Louis called for holding, so that's 10 back.
Well, Billy Bob. Can't do that, man. Hurting your teammates.
Johnson called for the Tiddlywinks. That might be a big penalty here, Shann.
You have great field position. You're just shooting yourself in the foot at this point.
Back to the St. Louis 48, 2nd and 21. Bunch trips left side. Dylan Seal back to pass. Lot of time, lot of protection. Roser is right. Oh, boy. A coverage sack, ladies and gentlemen. Ace Lawless with the solo.
That evil Red Devils defense is not going to let you sit by there for too long.
3rd and holy moly. Slide either side, double jumbo formation. Back to pass is a Seal. Downfield has pulled the sticks. No. Yep, it's been that kind of day for St. Louis. 4th down. Kissinger back out the punt. Dan Daly to receive for Indianapolis. We have 9:56 to play for the game. Fair catch at the 26 by Daly, and that's where the Red Devils will set up shop. The Red Devils currently 4-4 on the season and in 9th position by strength of victory. A win here could put them almost into the top 5. First and 10 for the white, black, and red heading to your right. The Indianapolis Red Devils. 3-step drop for Nathan Lee. Ooh, that was almost picked off.
You know, we really haven't heard anything from Aaron Arrington today. I'd like to see him get more involved in this St. Louis defense.
Yeah, I think they're kind of effectively gone away from him. 2nd down and 10 at the 26 of the Red Devils. Clock stopped momentarily with 9:47 for the 4th quarter. Shotgun, slot either side. Lee changes the plays, back to pass. He gets sacked. Eisenhower with the big cooler. Big bull rush, too.
He's been holding it down for this defensive line. We haven't heard nothing out of Scott LaRue today.
Yeah, I'm amazed, too. 3rd down and long. Throw down the middle, and no flag. Daly looking for the pass interference, and nothing doing. And another good stop for St. Louis. Now, can they turn it into a scoring possession of at least 6? That's been the question all day long for the Gladiators.
They possibly can have really good field position from this punt.
Ashley Finch to punt away once again. Tito Moss to receive for St. Louis. Finch puts up a good one. From the 35. That's it. Short run to the 40. St. Louis 40 is where they'll mark this football with 9:10 to play for the game. Dylan Seal. It has been a rough day for that kid. 3 interceptions. Single back is Denzel Diaz with the slot either side. Play action. Across the middle, the catch is made. It is Elijah Swaim for 7 on the reception. 2nd and 3. And you know, for what it's worth, Shann, with all the mistakes that St. Louis has made, they're still only down 2 scores and a lot of time left.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're down 8 minutes and 35 seconds.
And look at this. Denzel Diaz may get one of these scores back. He's gone. 54 yards to the house. Touchdown, St. Louis. Denzel Diaz, sooner or later, was going to break through that line. And sure enough, 54 yards later, we got a ball game.
Absolutely. I mean, he put this, look at this great blocking. Oh, my goodness. That line just gave him some huge holes to run through. And once he got to the outside, Alvin, he was gone, man.
Truckee Steck gave him a great lead block. And I tell you, when Denzel Diaz has gotten most of his touchdowns, it's been out of that I formation.
And he's running behind somebody. So that tells you, that gives you some kind of blueprint of what you need to do each game instead of trying to go, running by himself, because he's been shut down when he's been in those single back formations.
Here comes the extra point try by Graham Northrup. 3rd, 17-13, Indianapolis with 8:30 to play. Now, if you're the defensive coordinator of the St. Louis Gladiators, what are you setting up for this defensive possession against the Indianapolis Red Devils?
Pressure on that quarterback, and I'm putting my corners back deep.
Northrup set to kick away, and here we go. Crowd getting a little louder here at Budweiser Stadium. Daly from his 13. Ouch. 20-yard run back to the 33. Let's see if your prediction comes true, Shann. 1st and 10 at the 33 of the Red Devils for Indianapolis. 8:27 to play. Indianapolis 17, St. Louis 13. Nathan Lee under center with a pro set. 3 wide, doubles left-hand side, looking at 8 in the box. He's back to pass, short drop. He'll throw to the left-hand side. Catch is made by Dan Daly. 2nd down, he'll pick up 5 on the play. 117 yards on 7 catches and a score for Dan Daly today, and he's done most of the kick returning.
That man's putting on a show out there.
Indeed he is. From the Indianapolis 38, clock running with 8:18 to play for this game. Still anybody's ball game, folks. It is not done by a long shot. Doubles right pro formation, looking at 8 in the box. Hand off to Matthew Mitchell on the counter, and he'll go way back. Great read by Eisenhower and company.
I mean, they've got 2 defensive tackles, or excuse me, 2 defensive linemen, and they need to utilize them here in this 4th quarter.
3rd down and 6 is a big one defensively for St. Louis. From the Indianapolis 37. I formation this time. Doubles on the right-hand side. Back to pass. It's Lee. He'll throw near side. That's a catch and a 1st down for Eli McCormick.
Just did enough for the 1st down.
That's huge. That is huge. From the Indianapolis 43, Nathan Lee on the day, 226 yards in the air, 2 scores. Pro set.
Quarterback rating, 108.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Pro set, slot either side. 8 in the box for St. Louis. Lee back to pass. We'll throw near side again. And McCormick, he was out of bounds this time. 2nd and 10.
Look to be in that 4-4 here, Alvin. Is that what you're seeing?
That looks like a 4-4. 4 down linemen, 4 backs and receivers. Or should I say backs and secondary. I formation and slot either side on 2nd and 10. Back to pass is Lee. Lee, get out of that. Throw to, wow. That's a fumble. Mercy.
Ow.
That was ugly. And they still fighting for the football. What in the blue hell was that?
I don't even know, man. That was crazy.
Gee whiz. Nathan Lee got out of a tackle and then was trying to throw it to his halfback, and somehow or another it just went, ugh. Thankfully for St. Louis to get the ball back. Well,
Standing
actually,
around like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Nathan Lee for Indianapolis on third down, throws down the middle. Ooh. Man, all these near interceptions for St. Louis today. Freeman Peltier, who already has a pick. And
Maybe,
you called this one, Shann. Get some pressure on the quarterback. Make sure your cornerbacks are in great position. And Peltier was in position to get another pick. All right, it is Finch to punt away again. Moss at his 13. That's it. 15-yard line, 2-yard run back. 6:29 to play for quarter number 4. Indianapolis 17, St. Louis 13. Don't forget, more great SFL football comes your way tomorrow night on Twitch TV as the SFL Network presents a doubleheader, including the State of the SFL from our commissioner, Cam Irvine. It's all starting at 6 p.m. Central, 7 on the East Coast tomorrow night here on the SFL Network. St. Louis on 1st and 10 from the shotgun. Dylan Aseel gets his man for a 2-yard gain. That is Cody Scott with a short 2-yarder. Clock running 6:17.
I liked out of that play there, Alvin, is that they had the corners. The receivers had the corners matched up one-on-one. If they'd have just threw a fade, maybe a 98 slob in that formation, it could have been an easy 6.
Aseel back to pass on 2nd down. Throws long. Maybe too long that time. Vitek, the intent, almost had a pick. It was Finch that was the intended receiver on that play. Michael Vitek. Yeah, that looked like it was more going for him than it was for Finch.
Right.
So to bring up 3rd and 8. Dylan Aseel has to make the right call here. Offset I, 3 wide, doubles right-hand side, looking at the base 4-3. Aseel checks the play. Short throw to the near side. Ooh. Scott with the catch, but couldn't turn upfield. 4th down. This was an ugly drive by St. Louis.
Just think they're not matching up their plays on offense with the defensive formations. They were in the nickel just then, the defense, and all their linebackers just went back. It was an easy pass behind the linebackers. It's been great.
Bailey on the run back is in St. Louis territory at the 49. 5:36 to play, and Indianapolis somehow, some way, hang on to a 17-13 lead on St. Louis. It's a lot of football. But if St. Louis wants to stay in the picture and the hunt for the top 10, they've got to make a play here on this defensive possession. Nathan Lee under center, 3 wide I formation. Matt Mitchell dots the I. He gets the call. Fighting for yards. Almost a 1st down. 9 on that game. That's his longest of the day, too.
He's not really been that productive, but what he has done is kept that defense honest and of those huge plays down the field with Daly.
3 wide pro settle here on 2nd and 1. Back to pass is Lee. Lee, left-hand side with a man wide open and a 1st down. It's Dan Daly. No, they're going to say he's out of bounds. Ooh. Wow. Do I spell a challenge? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Coach like, we're going to challenge this one. Jack that.
Foot. Really had 1 foot.
Let's see what we got here. James Richards making the challenge. Let's see where it is. He's in. He is in.
Man.
He's definitely
Hey.
in.
After review, the pass has been ruled complete. The catch was made prior to going out of
Oh, yeah.
bounds.
James Richards is a happy camper.
Not be charged with a timeout. First down.
So with the call being in Indianapolis' favor, they keep that timeout. They're down to one challenge for the game. But now they've got an all-important push to put the game out of reach. Lee under center at the 22 of St. Louis with an offset eye, 3-wide formation. Look, he had a 4-4 front. Lee back to pass, a lot of protection. Will throw left side. Catch is made it a first down. Eli McCormick at the 10.
Just like that play. I love the way the crossing route was at the top on the left-hand side, and Lee just recognized the one-on-one coverage over here to your right. Beautiful play.
You know, that's just out and out route awareness by Eli McCormick, first and goal now. And the score here pretty much will lock this one up for Indianapolis. Pro set, slot either side, looking at 8 in the box for the white, black, and red going to the right. Everybody on the line now for St. Louis. Mitchell on the handoff. Loss of 1, second down. Kilroy Kahula on the tackle for loss. Right now, the clock not in St. Louis's favor at all. I formation, slot either side. 8 in the box once again for the Gladiators. Mitchell again on the carry. Mitchell gets through the hole, pushes to the house. Touchdown! Matthew Mitchell from 11 out may have locked this one up for the Red Devils, 23-13.
And Lewis has been they've been doing a great job by keeping him. This one play right here, allowing him to get into the end zone, was just a critical mistake by this defense.
That might be the backbreaker here for St. Louis this season. Vinchek out of the hold of Cannon for the extra point. Waiting the snap. Here it is. Kicks on the way. 24-13 Indianapolis. Wow. Wow. Wow.
There is still some time on the clock, but, I mean, St. Louis can't mess around. They got to get in here, score quickly, get the ball back, and do it again.
Vinchek set the kick away for Indianapolis. And here we go. Moss from his 7. Nope, that's Swaim again. They brought Jacob Swaim back out. He gets out to the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Champions will rise. That's the official soundtrack of the SFL, picking up from our great friends at APM Music. Shotgun 3 wide for the St. Louis Gladiators, heading to the left in the navy and gold. Down 24-13 with 3:48 to play. Dylan the seal, left-hand side. Catch is made. Cody Scott picks up 4 on that one. And really no sense of urgency right now by the Gladiators to get things going here.
And they did the same thing in the second quarter, right before the half, just kind of nickel and diming it, just trying to move the ball.
I don't understand this philosophy, but hey, if it works for you, it works for me. 3 wide shotgun on second down. Stunt coming up from the near side. A seal back to pass. Good protection, a lot of time down the right-hand side. Catch is made in the first down. Nick Finch moves the chains.
Finch and Scott's been putting in work today, man, on this offense.
Yep, just did get the toes in, too. 3:39 to play for regulation. St. Louis needs 2 scores here. Need to get this first one quickly. Bunch trips right-hand side with the single back being Denzel Diaz. Back to pass. They'll throw to Diaz on the near side. Diaz has a bodyguard. Didn't use him. Didn't need to. He's got the first down and more. And in the Indianapolis territory at the 43, Denzel Diaz.
If anybody wants to win this game, it's Diaz.
I thought for sure he was going to use the block from Joseph Schmoo, but he's like, nah, I got this on me.
One of the names we really hadn't.
Go ahead.
One of the names we really hadn't heard in a while is Swain. You know, Elijah Swain's a big part of this offense, and they need to use him here for sure.
3 wide shotgun set here on 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis 43 with 3:32 to play for the game. A seal back to pass. A lot of time. Cross right-hand side. There's that man, Elijah Swain, inside the red zone and down, and the no-huddle's coming up. That's a 23-yard pickup for Elijah Swain. Same formation. A seal with 3:12 to play. Back to pass. 2-step drop. Throw. Pump fake. Cross the middle. Catch is made. Trying to fight for yards, though. 9 on that gain by Swain. Nope, that was Scott. That was Scott that time. Old reliable. Need to get inside the 10. Back to pass. A seal again. Looking right-hand side. Catch is made. Touchdown! Nick Finch from 12 out.
And Lewis is trying to make it a comeback here, looks like.
Boy, great read that time by Dylan Seal to see Finch wide open in the short corner of the end zone. So that's the 1 score they needed. They still got 2:52 to play. Now they're going to go for 2. Let's see if they'll get it. I formation, 3 wide. The handoff. This is Diaz. Nope. Not there, but they're 1 score away. They are 1 score away, and a touchdown could win it for St. Louis if they can make the comeback here. Oh yeah, they're setting up for the onside kick. The hands team out now for Indianapolis. 2:52 to play here for the game. Indianapolis 24, St. Louis 19. There's the kick for the onside. Who's got it?
I think
it is
okay.
St. Louis. It's St. Louis. Give the recovery to 48, Johnny Knock. Or did they get it? Nope.
I think the Red Devils got it.
Indianapolis has got it. Wow. I thought for sure Johnny Knock had gotten that one, but nope. Indianapolis has it. I formation, 3 wide set. They're at their own. They're at the 41, and Matt Mitchell gets knocked down by number 67, Scott LaRue. Boy, that's the name we have not called in a long time in this contest. Second and 10 from the St. Louis 41 for Indy. All they got to do is get a first down and run out the clock. Long snap count here for Nathan Lee. He will hand off to Matt Mitchell. A big hole pushing for a first down. Won't get it there, but he'll get us to the 2-minute warning.
Now, Mitchell's only had a couple big runs of 10 yards plus and also the touchdown. Other than that, he's pretty much been shut out in this game.
The APM music 2-minute warning is here. Indy by 5. Richards Printworks is the official gear provider of the Simulation Football League. For more, go online at simulationfl.net. Mitchell on 3rd down. Okay, timeout St. Louis. I think we might have some interesting endings here.
Man.
Oh, man. Don't count your chickens yet, ladies and gentlemen. This would be, if they try to kick it, a 50-yard field goal. Nope, Ashley Finch is out to punt away. Minute 57 to play here for the contest. Here it comes. Great protection on the punt. Coffin corner 2. Perfectly put at the 10. Nice punt out by Ashley Finch.
That's why you get a contract punter.
Because any other time in that situation, that probably would have been back at the 20. Instead, it's at the 10. St. Louis has 90 yards in the minute 50 for a potential game-winning score. A seal has to get going. Under center, he goes with trips right. He's back to pass on 1st and 10. Down the middle, he throws. The catch is made and a first down. Elijah Swain moves the sticks. Second timeout for St. Louis.
And one more step, and he would have been to the house.
What a throw by Dylan the Seal on the money to Swain.
Sure,
we may have heard him
early. Doing.
I tell you, we may not have heard him early in this game, but he is coming up big now. That's a 29-yard pickup to the 39 of the Gladiators. The Navy and goal moving left for a potential game-winning score. Shift on the front line for Indianapolis, and now a Seal changes to play with a bunch of trips to the right-hand side. Short drop. He'll throw it in their side. Catch is made. Out of bounds is Swain again. He picks up 4. A minute 43, the clock is stopped.
Alvin, I think he's just...
I think he's just what?
I think he's just building up that confidence between himself and the receiver, and that's why Swain was getting a lot more touches. And
3 wide sit.
This could be good for this Gladiator defense.
2nd and 6. Back to pass as a Seal. He's sacked. They got to burn their last time out. Man, that is a big sack for number 91, Eric Riley. Boy, just powered his way past the right tackle. Boy, Billy Bob Johnson couldn't do anything with Eric Riley on that play.
Let's go.
3rd and 13. They have got to keep the chains moving to stay alive, not only for this game, but potentially the season. A Seal, back to pass. Down the middle, throws, intercepted. That's the ball game. The pick off by Mike Vitak. Good night, everybody.
Just tried to force it in there.
Wow. They were trying to find Nick Finch. It just went below his hands, right into Mike Vitak's hands. I think that might be it for St. Louis's chances to get into the playoffs, but they'll fall back at least about 2 more spots with this. That's Nate Lee and the boys from Circle City in victory formation. St. Louis cannot stop the clock anymore. Wow. It's the second time today I've seen a game where a team had the opportunity to tie or take the lead, and just some costly play calling put them behind the 8 ball at the last second. So as the crow flies, Indianapolis will improve to 5-4 on the year. And for St. Louis, after a 3-1 start, they will drop 5 in a row and out of the playoff conversation quickly. They've got to hope for some help in those last 5 slots, 9-14, and win out. I mean, a 6-6 record is doable. Will it make the playoffs? I'm not sure, Shann. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, because you got so many teams in the Central Conference that's just on a higher level this season, and anything can happen between now and then. But we got to see what's got to lose and teams got to win. So we'll have to see.
That'll take us to 0-0. Indianapolis with a hard-fought 24-19 victory over St. Louis. The Red Devils improved to 5-4 and may jump into the top 6 with this. We take a quick look at the Show Business Inc. post-game numbers. 3 turnovers by St. Louis. That was indeed the difference in this game, Shann.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at this. 193 yards passing, 128 yards rushing, and they still could not get the job done. It's just those turnovers and some unfortunate events, missing the field goals. Just a lot of things went wrong for St. Louis today.
Nathan Lee, 256 yards and 2 scores, but here's the important thing. He kept his turnovers down, and he had some great defense. That play right there by Freeman Peltier, I thought for sure was going to get St. Louis back in it, and then look at this great run by Denzel Diaz. Boy, oh boy, you thought for sure the Gladiators were on the way toward a possible upset push, but not to be today. Indianapolis wins this one 24-19. The dagger was right here as Matthew Mitchell got the game winner late in the 4th quarter. So as it stands now, Indianapolis is 5-4. St. Louis drops to 3-6. They must win out to even remotely stay in the conversation. Indianapolis still owns its own destiny in the next 3 games. That does it for our Sunday specials here on YouTube. Don't forget, tomorrow night, we've got our Fan Night doubleheader starting at 6 p.m., followed at 8 o'clock by the State of the SFL with Commissioner Cam Irvine. Your 8 p.m. music player of the game, Dan Daly with 134 yards on 8 catches and a touchdown. That's going to do it from right here at Budweiser Stadium. For Shann, Varner, I am Alvin Washington, and our entire staff. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. Copyright 2018 for more. Go online at simulationfl.net. Until tomorrow night, we say so long from St. Louis, Missouri. And take care, everyone.
Peace.